So this is what we're really saying, when today, when the users have a momentary need for information, rather than going with the traditional reports and BI, why can't they just have the ability to ask these questions, right? Or rather, I mean, as I said, can we just have them just ask? So here are some examples. In fact, these are all some examples from the applications, which we have built for some of our customers, right? Including the insurance to whatnot. I mean, the one very good use case which we really have, it's around, the healthcare space, where the doctors really engage in a conversation. The fourth one, what you see here, so it's like the pets treated with a particular drug name for a particular medical condition. All these, the doctors, I mean, they kind of use language interface. And then the last one is also something, which we did. It's more around, I mean, even on the project management side, or rather, on the engineering side, I mean, where, hey, what frame rail options did we really use in this particular? And then so basically, the users kind of ask, or rather, start consuming the data in simple English constructs, and then the application kind of, it just brings back the data. Any size, any database. So I think, I'll just talk about some of those aspects as well. So, and like the example I showed, the response kind of comes back both as in text, as well as, you have the ability to look at them, as visuals, and it's, and the conversation kind of goes continuous. I mean, you start with one, and then, you just keep just like how we would talk to fellow humans, right? So, I mean, another example, say, for example, if this is the question I have, hey, I'm trying to understand the sales data and say, hey, which region is really doing well on this particular product, right? So the way, we could do that, say, maybe this is the way, most of us are consuming information today. There are a whole bunch of dashboards and metrics I have, and, I'm trying to get that answer. I'm trying to interpret these dashboards and trying to get an answer. Instead, can we just have pointed answers like this? Hey, which region is doing well? By the way, it is this particular region for this with this amount. And by the way, I mean, the last, what you see as a chart and all are more towards the discoverable. By the way, do you know that this particular product is really contributing X amount of percentage for this particular region, right? So some additional insights related to that, right? I think this is what, we really, calling it as a conversational approach. I mean, if you really contrast that to the traditional approach, what we have today versus more on the conversation side. And it's at the same time, as I said, I mean, I started with this example around OpenAI and ChatGPT, right? I mean, you can see that Microsoft Office, they launched last week a Copilot where most of the Office 365 applications are now going to be integrated with OpenAI components. So definitely the coming days, I think, OpenAI and then the GPT approach is really going to revolutionize many of the stuff, which we consume today, right? So how would the traditional BI really evolve, in a GPT or AI first world? I think that's where we are really seeing, applications like this, with the conversational AI approach. It's definitely, we see that having a tremendous impact in the coming days on how we really consume information. Almost everything. I mean, if you really look at some of the applications, or rather what people are trying to do with ChatGPT, it's just unbelievable, right? So how would BI world be, in, like, say, in another 5 years from now? I mean, so today, this is the way we are doing it, but how would this be in an AI first world, right?